Okay, welcome back. We fixed it. We're back in 4K now. This is what happens when you're a rookie video filmer. You don't know what the you're doing. Anyways. Like I said, there's a variety of things you can do to get a job after college, right? I'm going to focus specifically on things in the tech sector, cybersecurity sector. By no means is this a foolproof way of getting a job, but it's something that I found that helped me when I was on my job search while I was in college. These came incrementally. Keep in mind, I didn't just walk into college knowing this stuff. I don't think a lot of people walk into college knowing this stuff. And honestly, you probably don't know what it is either, because you probably wouldn't have clicked on this video. But if you do, awesome. I hope this can really help reinforce some of those pieces that you're thinking about, and maybe some of the information that you were already considering, but just wanted to be confirmed by somebody else. My first tip, it's a pretty odd one, and honestly, a lot of people are probably going to be really confused by me saying this. Don't neglect your social life. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Don't neglect your social life. You're in college. Go have fun. Having fun is one of the most important aspects in college. I actually have it bolded on here on the script. Important. Social interactions are extremely important when it comes to getting a job. And you have to think about it this way. When you're getting hired by somebody, you're being hired by a human and not by a computer. When you submit an application, the application goes through a computer that then gets fed to a human being who then takes a look at it. If that human being can then qualify you based on some of the stuff we talk about in this video, then they're going to want to have a conversation with you. There's a lot of different aspects to when it comes to being in an interview process, and one of the biggest things you have to remember is while there might be a technical interview that asks you about all the data structures and algorithms you studied, there's also going to be a behavioral analysis of who you are as a person. Keep this in mind. During the interview process, you're going to speak to a hiring manager. If that hiring manager doesn't feel like they can bring you onto your team because they don't vibe with who you are as a person, it's going to be a lot harder for them to understand you. Go enjoy yourself. Go do college, enjoy the social aspects of life, and learn to create those connections and relationships with people around you. I promise you, it will make your life so much easier. Talking to people is extremely important. So, keep enjoying yourself. With balance, of course. The second aspect I believe to be to also be important, while highly debated across many different people and professionals in the industry, is certifications. I am talking Security Plus, I'm talking Certified Ethical Hacker, I'm talking CISSP. Now you're probably sitting here wondering, why do I need certifications? I'm in college, I'm going to get a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree, or if you're already past that point, getting a master's degree, because some people do transition straight into their master's program. Let me tell you this. I want you to go pull up a job listing on Indeed.com. I want you to take a look at it. And whenever you look at that job listing, it's probably at some point or the other, it's going to tell you, we're looking for these certifications. Most likely in the preferred qualifications section. That's what it's going to look like. Human resources aren't usually techie people. Human resources is there to weed out the people that aren't supposed to fit the job description. You got to get past HR. Simple as that. Once you get past HR, then everything you do as a person, your social aspect, your technical aspect, that can all be proven to a hiring manager. If you don't get past the initial screening, you don't really get much of an option. There's also a lot of other reasons you should have certification, right? If you work for the government, you have to be DoD compliant. You might need to have your Security Plus. You might need to have your Net Plus. Whether or not it proves that you're intelligent enough to work on the system is completely out of the hands of the certification. The certification just says you were put through a course that was industry certified, keyword industry certified, that proves that you understand what you're looking at. That kind of stuff really, really does shine. You got to set yourself apart. It's a really big world. There's 7 billion people who live here. Jesus, that was cold. Point number 3. Your after-hour projects are going to matter a lot more than you think. And sometimes they're going to matter a little bit more than your grades. After-hours projects. What I mean by after-hours projects, I'm talking those pet projects. I'm talking about that website you put together last week. You put a website together last week, right? Did you do your homework? I'm talking about all the stuff you do on the side that your teacher never assigned to you, but you spent the time and dedicated the effort to doing that work. That stuff is really important. It's a really big deal. And especially when you're a computer science student, that's the kind of stuff that companies are looking for. They want people who are dedicated, who are passionate, who want to be in this work. Working in tech is not easy because it goes so fast. I don't want to get too deep into that, but Doing your own pet projects a lot of times is going to really round out the resume more than you think. Think of it this way. Ultimately, you're the one paving the path forward for yourself. And while a lot of people are going to help you along the way, you are the one laying the actual bricks down. You're going to be the one actually doing it. So if you want to actually prove to people that you're the one doing it, go show them by demonstrating that on paper. Now, a lot of these tasks can be shown through various different ways: GitHub repositories, websites. Go build your own website and create your own blog. However you choose to show you work, ultimately, you just got to go for it. You just need to do it. Go start creating something. You're not going to have it all perfect. Code goes through tons and tons of iterations and versions before it even gets to a point where it's even considered production or even considered a beta or an alpha. Nothing is going to be built perfectly the first time you do it. It's going to require practice, and it's going to require a lot of dedication. Same thing goes with cybersecurity. Never going to understand the fundamentals until you actually put it into practice. By the way, if you have any questions regarding any of these topics, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at twitch.tv/Drismo. Link should be down here. Come stop by. I mean, I talk, I answer questions. I also game, but I answer a lot of questions too. And I also do random tech support streams because people come in my stream all the time and ask me about why their computer doesn't work. I don't know. I just do it. But come stop by. Hope to see you there. Fourth point, and this might be the biggest one. Network. Network with people. Remember when I talked about how crucial the social aspects are? The vast majority of students go to college, they go to class, go back to their room, and they're out hanging out with people when the night is young. There's nothing wrong with that. You should. Like I said, point number one, don't neglect your social life. But one of the things that people don't do is go and see their professors. They don't go to after hours or office hours, as some will call them. They don't go to talks with their department head, right? They're not talking to people that are in their field who are more experienced. And that's something that a lot of people really, really disregard. You can go about networking in a variety of ways, right? You don't even need to go talk to people who are substantially higher in the industry. Just go talk to people in your class. Go communicate and go find people that you enjoy hanging out with. Go collaborate with those people. Go work on projects together. Some of the biggest tech startups and some of the most successful companies in the world started from people who knew each other in college and just ended up combining heads. They just said, smart brain 1, smart brain 2, let's do it. There's tons of smart people in the world, and there's a lot of room for a lot of opportunity. If you feel like you don't want to talk to just people in your classmates and you want to branch out a little bit more, go to conferences. I mean, if you talk to some of your department heads, a lot of times they'll pay for you to go to conferences. I talked to the people in my school a lot because I wanted to go to conferences. I wanted to go to competitions. I wanted to go talk to people who were higher up in the industries than me. And sure enough, I got an opportunity to really go out. And quite frankly, some of the jobs I've gotten and had have been simply because I went and I networked early. I networked often. The point I'm trying to make is go network with people. Get out of your room, get out of your comfort zone. Networking is going to be the biggest thing you're going to do probably in your career. If you can network with people, that tech will find its way no matter what. This final point, number 5, is kind of tough, and it doesn't really apply to everybody, but it can apply to you if you choose to take this route. Go get a clearance. I want to talk about a clearance. I'm talking about a government-issued clearance. If you're outside of the United States, I apologize. This is not necessarily applicable to you, but everything else prior is something you can make happen with yourself. In the United States, if you have the opportunity to go get a clearance, whether it's a secret clearance, a top secret clearance, you really can create something special for yourself. Graduating college and finding a job is all about separating yourself from the pack. How do you separate yourself? We've talked about it already. All of that stuff can help you, and the one thing that can put you over the line is if you have a clearance. Clearances provide opportunities because they're very hard to come by and they're very, very expensive. If you have a reason to get a clearance, go get one. You will be more desirable by employers. They will be able to pay you more because they can charge a higher cost for you when they're contracting you out. I'm not going to get too deep into it. If you want to go take a look at it, I recommend it. I'll probably put some links in the description to official pages that probably explain this a little bit better than I did, but take it or leave it. It's something you can use. So those are my 5 tips for getting hired after college. What about this list spoke to you, and what do you think I missed? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to talk about it. I like discussion. And as the old saying goes, every squirrel is just trying to get a nut. If you enjoyed this content, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Helps me on the algorithm. We're trying to build this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this stuff. I had a lot of fun filming this. and I think adding like the subscribe thing after you finish the video I think is more relevant, because if I tell you in the beginning, why are you gonna subscribe to me in the beginning? You don't even know who the hell I am. Watch my content. Where's my dog?